thing on how UPS feels, all that.
All right. Whoops. I dropped that. Hey, so this is Graham. I'm here. What's your name?
Austin Lunsford.
Austin Lunsford. We're here in Asheville. So explain to me, because I was just telling him, he never thought this would happen. And in LA, we have fires all the time, but never thought it would like do what that happened. So tell me what happened here, basically.
This is a friend of mine's property. He also owns across the street, or did. But as you can see here, the foundation with the basement, there used to be a house sitting here. That one got twisted off of its foundation and moved. But this house that was sitting here is now across the street on the other side of the road.
Wow.
Yeah, the brown house. So
got picked up and moved.
Well, the river flows that way. Somehow it ended up that way. So
wow.
Yeah, it's been a mess out here. I mean, just as much as it is LA, but in my lifetime I'd have never thought that this would have happened here. Not at least to this extreme, no. So
I was my friend who lives here as well was telling me that the big flood of 1916 was like the one everybody talked about, and this was
way worse.
Way worse.
Yep, I heard that too. So same thing, like I said, with the River Arch District. I mean, down there, it's devastation too. I mean, I drove down there this last week, I think, for the first time. It's a mess. I mean, things gone, buildings gone that you'd have never thought. So it's just a lot of cleanup.
And how's that going? What are we, 3 months, 4 months out from?
You can't. I've got a buddy of mine that owns a wrecker company. It's just like towing that car right there. He said junkyards ain't even taken because they're just full of mud. So I mean, how can you weigh metal when it's full of mud? So because you can't get the mud out of it. So a lot of them's not even taken. So where do you take them? You know, you can take stuff to junkyards and everything else, or to the landfill, but where do you take all the rest of the stuff? Where do you take that rusted hunk of junk?
I mean, it's insane to see like this truck just thrown around like it's a leaf. This house moved. I mean, it's
the dumpster.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how it's just mangled. So
that's that green right there.
Yep. I mean, it completely washed over there. It completely washed the like underneath the road and everything. There was a big pit, but I guess the state put rock back in there. Just a big pit. It just washed out. I mean, you go to the back side of that building there. I mean, it's just completely tore out. Which, of course, it's right against the river too. So,
right.
But it's amazing, and you don't see a lot of small businesses coming back from this. I mean, how could you afford to come back from something like this? So
that's what we were having dinner in downtown Asheville last night, and we were talking to a guy who's a small business owner, and because tourism, I guess, is a big part of the Asheville industry.
Absolutely.
He was saying they were thinking the hotels are 75% below occupancy, and he said a lot of the small businesses, they don't think they'll make it through the winter.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I don't understand how a lot of you see. I mean, unless you're a big business like Ingles around here, I mean, they've got the money, they've got the funds to be able to rebuild. Granted, they don't want to spend it, but you've kind of got to. But I mean, you've got a little mom and pop shop. That would be hard. I mean, even just having to go and get a whole new loan just to rebuild your business, is it worth it at that point? You know, it's sad. I mean, it's really sad.
That was the thing too. Like I'm from Chicago, but I've lived in LA for over half my life.
Yeah.
And I drove up the Pacific Coast Highway 2 weeks ago. It's just they opened it. I work for the American Red Cross, and I drove through parts of Malibu that like are gone. Like it's mind-boggling. Like and just like I'm a surfer. The beaches are closed, man, because the runoff.
I think that's my guy.
You got to get going. I don't
yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
All right.
So,
well, thank you for telling us and showing
absolutely.
This out, man.
It's nice to meet you, and I hope everybody out in LA is recovering. I don't really watch the news much to keep up with it. I work too much.
Hey man, I hear that. We all got to work. So,
I mean, is everything getting more contained? Is anything slowing down?
Well, the fires are contained. Thankfully, it was about 3 weeks of fires. We had a little rain that brought it in, and now it's what y'all are going through. It's just cleanup and.
Yeah.
There was 13,000 structures that were lost. I mean, it was just whole communities done, schools burned. So people are trying to figure out where to send their kids to school now. And I mean, it's
What do you do?
what do you do?
What do you do? I mean, that's the thing. What's the next step? What can you do? So
I'll just try to figure it out and work together, I guess.
exactly.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do is work together, man.
So
All right, brother.
thank you. Hey, I appreciate
All right,
it.
man.
Hope everybody does well.
Thank you, you too, man.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Have a good one. My
You
friend.
too. Take care, man.
You too.
So that house, man, got moved, picked, and moved up. So that's wow. It's like all these issues you don't even think about. Like he said, the junkyards are full. They can't take anything more.